Welcome to What's Your Skroove, where we tell stories, share experiences, and get inside the minds of artists, athletes, creators, and musicians. What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 11 of What's Your Skroove, live from the studio, aka our parents' basement. On this episode, we're going to pick up right where we left off. Tell them what we're going to talk about, Kenny.
We left off with the journeys of FRAN I, a.k.a. the Envoy, and we're diving into the journey of FRAN II, the man van.
Yeah, we talked a lot about the beer mitten last episode and how that kind of forced us into the traveling mode, going around, and we kind of touched on sleeping in his car, the Envoy, and then which kind of inspired our early aspirations for the van life.
Absolutely.
So I guess we should start with why we got rid of the Envoy.
The Death of Fran I.
The Envoy was Fran I, which we should clarify. That
Yes.
was you can tell them about the name.
Fran. So I always wanted to name a car Fran. Thought the name was cool. So I named my Envoy Fran, and then I came up with the acronym for Radical Adventures Nomadic for Fran. So we travel around, we sleep in the Envoy.
Yep.
Have adventures. Nomads, Roman. So Fran, acronym for Radical Adventures Nomadic. Now you know. And knowing's
Was
half
it
the
at
battle.
the time? Was it Fran 1 or was it just Fran? I don't
It was just
remember.
Fran. We just called
okay
it
because
Fran.
it was the only one.
Right. Yeah. Are we good on the audio?
Yeah, we're getting the audio. I
Okay.
just wanted to make sure we were rolling.
Yeah. So it was just Fran. Like the
We're
name.
still looking for that sound tech intern, so
Yeah.
please apply within.
We'll give you some awesome t-shirts.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, named the Envoy Fran, and then
It was a good name.
yeah, I love that name.
Yep.
And Fran, I was like, do we have to have an acronym for Fran? It's got to stand for something. So I came up with that. The Death of Fran. We got in a
Yes.
car accident. We totaled it on the expressway. Perfectly fine. We were perfectly fine. But when that happened, I loved that car.
It was a great car.
It
It was beautiful.
It was such
It was
a
a
sweet
Denali.
car. Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't your average Envoy. It was spruced up, had
Yeah.
some nice sneakers on it.
Yeah, I love that car. It was perfect. Perfect for all the adventures, right? Deep down, though, I've always wanted a van. And when we totaled Fran, I was upset, but I was like, you know what?
Opportunity.
Yeah, I
It's
was
meant
like,
to be.
I know. All right, I'm gonna buy a van now. Like, we need to go find a van. So I think I just looked at the picture the other day, scrolling through my photos, April 21st of last year.
Yeah.
When we got in that accident.
Yep.
So I was like, dude, Tyler, let's get a van. And we've talked about it before. We always wanted to get
Yeah.
one, but we just
Yep.
we were going to save up money and just buy a van eventually. But with the wreckage of Fran,
It forced our hand.
it did. So we started looking.
I mean, so when you're going to buy a van, for those of you who are interested in, converting a van into a livable situation, you have a few options. You have like the Ford Transit, you have the Chevy Express, you have if you're ballin', you got the Mercedes.
Yep.
I can't think what that's called. Anyway, you have the Mercedes,
Me
and Dodge makes the Sprinter van. Mercedes might be a Sprinter too.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Whatever. So those were kind of the options. I mean, we obviously
Or you could get like a RV,
you get like an RV, but
we wanted something incognito.
we wanted to be able to like stealth park in a parking lot, like the side of the road and camp if we have to, which we did do multiple times. So we kind of narrowed it down to. We started looking at whatever we could find, but then we decided we kind of really wanted the Chevy. We have always bought Chevy GMC, and they're kind of noted for being the most reliable as far as these vans go. So, because there's websites. What's the website reference we used?
That one guy, the guy,
The Red Bull.
oh yeah, there was the Red Bull guy, but then there was I don't remember the Red Bull guy, or was it the Red Bull guy?
Same
the
guy.
same guy. Oh, was it?
Same guy.
He created like the Van Journal or something like that.
Yeah, what was that
Vanagon.
called?
This guy has a website where he lays out how he transformed his. What do you have? I think he had like a.
He had a Chevy Express.
Did he have a Chevy Express?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. How he transformed his Chevy Express into like a livable van. Pictures, and it's like super straightforward. There's like 14 different steps, and he talks about like gutting it all and insulation and modeling the inside and putting a bed in there and how to have solar power and electricity and how to put a sink and a stove in there. So his website is really cool. I think Tyler's
Trying
looking
to
it up right
find
now.
it.
I think it was like the Van Journal or something.
Vanual.
The Vanual,
I couldn't
yes.
even find it, but
yes.
I just remembered.
The
So it's the Vanual, which
Vanual.com.
is a great reference. Anyway,
talks about material and even like kind of has a rough budget too for how much stuff costs.
It's a good guide for like really making a van livable.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking for whatever we could find, and then we wanted a Chevy, but like we were kind of getting antsy because one, we only had one vehicle. We just wanted to get moving on and summer was upon us.
Right.
So every day we didn't have one was a day lost because we still had to convert it, put the money into it, and then we could start traveling.
Right.
Because that was the plan. That's how we spent the whole summer, was pretty much on the road, traveling all across Michigan. And then we found one in Davison, Michigan.
Well, Tyler's the king of Craigslist. So Tyler was on it. He was looking on Craigslist. I don't know, Auto Trader, Cars.com.
Cars. Like 3 times a day, every day.
Yeah.
Like
just really hunting for something that we would want to buy. Because, I mean, like, after we narrowed it down from, like, the Dodge van and the Mercedes van, like, those, we just didn't like them because I think the gas mileage and not as good in the wintertime.
Yeah, and they were
more expensive, too, weren't they?
Yeah, to an extent. And, like, I don't know.
It was just harder to find because usually they were higher mile vehicles.
Every van that we found, that was the problem.
Yeah.
They had at least 200,000 miles, which, depending on the engine, that can be fine. Or is it a diesel? Is it a big V8? You know? But with that kind of mileage, especially in Michigan, comes a lot of rust, and we wanted a nice looking van. So we are having a hard time finding a low mileage, even for, you know, willing to spend a decent amount of money. You know, we are having a really hard time finding it.
So you got on Craigslist and found...
I found...
the van in Davison?
Yeah. What's the name of that dealership? Do you know? Can't think of the dealership.
I can't think either.
Ski-Doo. It's like Ski-Doo Automotive, I believe, or something.
Yeah, it's
like
right off the expressway.
Yeah, right off Davison exit. So we went and checked it out, and it was a standard Chevy Express van. It was really nice, but it didn't have tilted steering. It didn't have cruise control. It was a real, like, legit cargo van. Like, the back was, like, had, like, tool appliance, you know, racks hanging up. And we liked it, and it was decent mileage. I think it was like 100,000.
Yeah, 100,000. What was the price on that one?
I think it was 8,500. I think it was 8,500. Which left a lot of room in our budget.
Which was like in our budget.
Yeah.
Like we kind of were thinking like 10 grand is what we wanted to spend, right?
Right. So we figured, okay, we can get this for 85. That gives us a lot more wiggle room for renovations and conversion, because we knew that was going to be expensive. So we were pretty...
We liked it.
We were pretty set on it. We looked around, and it was more or less that we weren't in love with it, but...
It kind of fit our needs.
It fit our needs. We're running out of time, and we're like, well, you know, we're kind of people of action. We'd rather just do things. You know, we don't like to wait.
The salesman was cool.
He was awesome.
Yeah.
So we went home, we slept on it, and then we ended up going back and cutting him a check to...
well, the cool thing is, our grandpa has like a grease pit.
Yep. Oh,
and
yeah.
he's,
Yeah.
you know... a huge engineer, automotive guy,
Yep.
and works on our cars. Like when we need our brakes changed, he changes our brakes. So he lives in Davis, and he lived like
Right 2
less than
miles down the road.
Yeah. So we are like, hey, can we take this car for or this van for a spin? Take it over to our grandpa's and check it out.
So we get under it, and it all looks good.
Yeah, and there's just 60 seconds of that, and we were laughing so hard when we were driving that van because it was the first time driving a van like that.
Until you drive like a cargo van, you don't. And somebody else said it to me, and I thought I was like the only one. You feel like just a completely different person because you sit so high off the ground, not even like a truck. Like and the front end's really short. You just feel
in the door, and your seat's like right next to the door. It's not, there's not a lot of room. So you just feel like you're just like so close to everything.
It's strange.
It's odd.
It's really odd.
So we took it over to our grandpa's,
and it checked out.
Yeah. And he was like, it's a good van. And, you know, everything looks good. He put over the grease pit. And he's like, it's in good condition. So we felt comfortable buying it.
Yep. So we went home and slept on it, and then we ended up cutting a check, like post-dating it, just to why we did a little more, you know, thinking and looking. So we just to reserve the van, you know, we posted a check, said, hey, this is, you know, kind of like a deposit. And then because we were going somewhere that weekend, and I don't remember why, that's why we didn't go out and buy it right away. We had a event going on, something with the family. Then I'm sitting at home, and it really... The big thing for me was not having cruise control. I mean, we're buying this van in hopes of traveling, taking it all across Michigan. We still plan to take it, you know, across the U.S. and just this is a huge investment for us. Not having cruise control, like we tried driving the Envoy or not the Envoy, the Impala without using cruise on like an hour drive, 2 hour drive, 3 hour drive when we went out to Grand Rapids, and it was awful.
It's a pain.
Like on the highway, it just is a pain, and then. So that didn't sit well. So I ended up getting on Auto Trader, and extending the search radius out of the state. I'm like, what? I'm like, if we can find something right, we'll drive to it. But just as a last, like, so I could sleep at night knowing, we kind of gave it all we had. So I changed it to like 100 miles, which just took us into Ohio and, Indiana. And Deluxe Motors pops up with Big Troy, with, I don't think there was or is to this day a more ideal version of what we were looking for. This one was a cargo van, but it was extended cab.
3,500, right?
3,500,
Yep.
1 ton.
Yep.
With a 6.0, huge V8, only 100,000 miles, extended roof so you could stand up in it. And when a normal cargo van's like a work van, so it's got like the tool things hanging up.
Right.
And it's not
and it's kind of beat to shit
it's
too
beat
because
around.
contractors use it and really don't take care of it.
Yeah, so this one was used, well, we'll get into that later, what it was used for, but it was a cargo van, not a passenger van, and it was gutted, like, I don't even know how to explain it. There was like rubber flooring down, you know what I mean? It was really nice inside.
Yeah.
So this thing had an extended roof, which like a normal Chevy Express van is really low so you have to like hunch over when this one we could practically stand up. It had lights running through the ceiling all the way back.
Yep.
It had it didn't have the sliding door. That was the only feature that we really wanted, but those are hard to find. Go ahead.
And it had windows on both of the sides all the way back, which we didn't
Very
think we
big.
wanted. We thought that we didn't want that because we wanted privacy. Granted, they are tinted, but we were like, I don't know if we want that.
I'm so glad to this day we
And
have
we were like,
windows.
what, we
and
could
the
paint
back
over
door
'em?
in the first van didn't have windows on the back door, so you could never see behind you.
Yeah,
So we had,
which is key.
It's, oh my God, trying to park. So this one had windows going all the way back, tinted out like dark tint, and the back window so you could see when you're going in reverse. Which parking a van, I mean, you need to be able to see unless you have a backup cam.
So you found it.
I found it, and it was marked like 11. It was like 11 and a half, I think, right?
Was it? I think it was a little more. That was like 13 or something. No?
I think I knocked 1,900 off, but I could be wrong. So maybe it was almost 12 grand.
Yeah.
Whatever. It was. We wanted to spend max 10 grand on our van, so that way we had enough money for converting it, because we couldn't just buy it. We had to get put money.
Call it listed 12 grand.
Yeah. So I call this guy, Troy, and I'm like, hey, coming from Michigan, if this is like a 3-hour drive, can you work with me? He goes, yeah, I don't have a lot of wiggle room. I'm like, yeah, I understand where you're coming from.
Does it say how long it was on the lot for?
Mm-mm.
It doesn't. Oh.
It might have.
I thought it did for some
It might
reason.
have, but I don't think so. We're talking back and forth. He goes, yeah, I just don't have a lot of room to wiggle on. I goes, great. And then I ended up telling him, I'm like, well, I kind of checked you out online, and you guys, I noticed, don't have a huge online presence. My brother and I happen to own a brand of clothes. We do daily videos. Maybe if we plug your dealership and make some content around the van and where we got it, you could, find somewhere in the price. He goes,
You loved it.
he loved it. And I think he kind of cut me off and goes, hey, what if we made a video of, I was getting to it, and he's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, deal.
He was stoked.
He was stoked. I goes, I need it for 10 grand though. Kind of long pause on the phone. He goes, you got a deal. So we knocked like $2,000.
Was it 10 grand or was it like 10.5? And then the AC didn't work, and we talked to him.
I don't really remember. This was a while ago, but
you knocked a good chunk, 1,500 off. I think at least.
And he goes, we got a deal. And it just so happened our dad was down. This was in Columbiana, Ohio, not
Yes.
Columbia, Columbiana. And our dad was like a half hour away at a work conference down there, and he was driving back to Michigan
Like that day or the next day.
So he called him and goes, hey, can you go check this out? So Troy, because the dealership was closed, texted him, and cool guy, he unlocked it he left it unlocked so our dad could like swing by the lot because it was open. And get inside, check it out, get under it, kind of see if it was worth us driving. I think it was a 3-hour drive down there from Michigan.
Yeah, it was wild.
3.5. So before we left, we knew if it was worth going.
Yeah.
And Dad checked it out, and he goes,
He took a bunch of pictures.
took a bunch of pictures, sent to us, and he goes, checks out, had tilt steering, had cruise control, had adjustable seats, and I mean, it is seriously is a kick-ass van. So
We were like, let's do it. We called the Davison dealership. Did we go there or did we call them? And we're like, sorry.
No, we called them because we had to get down to Columbia. Yeah, we had to get down there the next day, and we just told them, yeah.
It's like, sorry, we found something else, just dispose of the check. So they did that. They were cool. They're like, yeah.
And we still plugged their dealership in one of our videos because they were so good to us.
So we we're like, all right, we still have to go check it out. We can't make up our mind 100%.
Nope.
We have to get down there and see if we still like it. But we were pretty.
We were pretty set on it.
Our minds were pretty.
It had
made up.
everything we needed.
We were like, this thing's pretty cool.
It's so hard to find a van with an extended roof like that. I mean, it's just it's so hard. So that was cool.
And we're like, okay, let's drive down there. So me, Tyler, and our dad drove down there and like, all right, well, we're obviously making 60 seconds of this. We got to make a sweet video. So we got a briefcase, this old briefcase, took this old pair of handcuffs that we had and went to the bank and got like 10 grand out in cash.
Our inspiration was Dodgeball, like that scene in Dodgeball when he's like, hey, LaFleur,
I've never seen
this much money in one location. It's like supposed to be like $100,000 because it always looks better in the movies. And like they flip open the briefcase.
It's just
one stack of like
in the middle.
Yeah, it's just the worst, most disappointing thing. So we were like, dude, we have to do that.
So we go to the bank and we're like, we're really good friends with the people at Chase Bank, the manager and everything. And we're like, can we film in the bank? And they're like, no. So we just filmed us walking in and walking out. And we told them what we wanted to do. So we took our briefcase in there. We're like, all right, we need $10,000 in cash. Can you put one of those?
And they looked at us and go, you go, yeah. So what did we ask them for? Also, what were you saying?
The
band.
Yeah, the 10 grand,
the 10 grand
band.
And they're like, what do you need 10 grand for? And we're like,
we're buying this van.
We're buying this van. We weren't like asking for a loan. We were just pulling it out.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, they're like, how do you want it? We were jokingly going to do all ones because that would just be hilarious.
Yeah.
But we got like 100 and it's a stack
so
of money,
small,
like this big.
So we're so stoked and we walk out and we start driving down there. We got 10 grand in our briefcase, handcuffed to us. We're driving down there. We get down there and we introduce ourselves to Troy. He gives us the keys, check out the van. And
take it for a ride.
And it checked out.
Yeah, the AC was having some problems. Shout out to Grandpa for recharging it, and it held all summer, and finally went out at the beginning of the summer. But then he knocked the remaining a little bit off the price for us on that, and we got out of there with it for a square 10 grand or whatever, or maybe it was 9.5. I don't remember because if we took 10 grand down, that must have been the original deal, and then we might have gotten a little more off. I don't think we've had more fun than driving the van back to Michigan that night.
We were so happy.
Oh, it was
late by the time we were driving it back, but we were so stoked.
We got a bag of Sour Patch Kids, like a 10-gallon bag.
Just put it in the middle because there's like this big cubby hole.
Yeah,
and we were so stoked. We drove back. Our dad drove back behind us in the car we took down, and I'll never forget that we were driving that thing. And this is a hog. It's a 1-ton 3,500. Extended cab. It's got the raised roof, and it's just me and Tyler riding in that thing, and there's nothing in the back, so it just feels huge.
Oh my god,
because there's nothing. Huge. It's just all wide open, and like a Dodge Caravan passed us, and you go, oh, now I know why they call them minivans because they seem so small.
It was a minivan. I guess I never got, and then I remember I goes, well, that's why it's a minivan because we're in this huge tank of a full size van.
This hog, man.
And where are we at on time? I would just want to make sure we get on the cameras.
Let me check. We're at 19. We're at 19 minutes.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll get into the rest of the process here.
Yeah.
So
we drive it back. We're stoked.
We get it back, and oh my god, we were just.
Thanks to Dad for driving down there and driving back. So it was a long day.
That was a lot of driving. And on the way back, we got the flip flop, and he didn't because he knew we wanted to both ride in the van.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we get it back, and our mom comes out, and she couldn't believe it.
How big it is.
It's just, especially, it's not like those Sprinter vans. Those are always like huge.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't even look right because it's an Express.
Because we have like a travel trailer and a basketball hoop and a boat on a trailer with a rack on it. We pull it in the driveway next to all those things, and it's like just this tall, and it just looks like this. It just is a massive.
It's ridiculous. Van. It's obnoxious. So we were really excited, and then I think the next day we decided we were going to start the renovation construction process.
Yes, and we had an idea of kind of what we wanted to do.
Yeah, we did. Looking back, it was really stupid that we just like did it without planning really anything out.
But we just went for it. Well, no. So when do you think we got it? Because we took it Memorial Weekend. We took it up to Brett and Brian's, and it just had the futon in it. It was a minute before we started renovating
Maybe
it.
it was, see,
because
I
we
don't
took it up
remember.
to Memorial Weekend, Brett and Brian's, to Sage Lake, and it just had a futon in the back.
And it was sliding around
yeah, it was
everywhere.
all loose. But we're like, dude, we have this van, we have to take it because we might want to sleep in it. And so we had a futon in the back that we got from
We did
Nick
sleep in
Seuss.
it because we went to Littlefield Lake after that.
Yes.
We slept in it for the first time.
Yes.
But yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it was a week later or whatever, but we decided we had to we wanted to get going on the renovations. So we knew we wanted a bed and we really wanted a futon, but we're trying to, keep it within the budget. So our buddy Nick Seuss, who was on episode, 3 of the podcast.
Yep.
They had an extra futon and he was happy. The people of Jenny's were happy to donate it to the cause.
Yeah.
So they donated it to our van. So now we had a futon, and that was the only thing that we really had when, we started, and the rest of the materials we bought.
Well, we had a lot of wood left over from the Envoy.
I know, but for the most
the
part.
Envoy bed. Yeah.
For the most, and I don't even think we really used the Envoy bed
We used to,
materials because we went and got that big sheet of OSB.
Yeah, we got that. We used like some 2x4s and 2x6s, but yeah, so we were like bed, futon.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't even, did we draw up plans for it?
No, I just went out there and I started moving stuff around, and I said, I think, obviously the bed had to go in back, and then we just said, let's run the futon perpendicular and then lift it high enough to where our heads aren't hitting the ceiling, but we can mount a frame and then storage, so those little like
Milk crate
3x3 milk crate, whatever the dimensions are, and probably 2x2 milk crates, can fit under there, so we could fit 4 of those. So we just went out to Menards and Clio and bought most of the supplies, bought the crates, bought 4x4 posts for the bed frame, and then 2x4s for the bottom part of the frame. And the van had these like little metal like rivet spots.
Well, we figured out that the van was used like a handicap, like EMT.
Yeah, well, so,
van.
no, you're getting ahead of the story.
Okay, sorry.
So we go out and buy the stuff, and we just go to work without really having a plan. And we knew the first thing that had to happen was we had to mount a frame to the bottom of the van, and it had these little.
We're kind of like riveted.
I don't know what they were. I think it was like to hook stuff in.
It was perfect, whatever it was.
Whatever it was, it was literally perfect. So we ran a frame using 2x4s laying flat, not upright. And we mounted those across this metal frame outline. And then so we had a frame for the bed. And also that frame would hold the totes in place from sliding around, and our clothing totes for our shirts and our luggage. So we had all that lined up. And then you had to start with that, and then we could build up. Hours go by, and we're trying to line all this stuff, and it's literally a pain in the ass. We got really lucky that it just kind of worked the first couple of tries, because you had to drill all these holes down this 2x4, and then thread these screws into these little rivet spots, and then just hope it worked out. And it really worked out.
And we didn't even plan that much for kind of how complicated
We're
the
just
design
let's
really
do
is.
it. Yeah, we probably should have planned more. I think we just got really
We just kind of
lucky.
did a piece, eyeballed it, measured it a little bit, marked it. All right, drilled, put it in there. All right, that piece fit.
And we knew if it didn't work the first time, we could flip the 2x4. We'd always get 2 shots.
Yeah.
And if it didn't work the first time, we would just account for whatever error happened the second time. So we knew we had 2 shots with every strip.
So we put one piece in, put it in, it fit. All right, good. Next piece, that fit. And that all just happened to kind of work out perfectly.
Yeah.
It all fit in there. Did that. So we started that that morning, one morning.
Yeah.
And we got it all the frame done.
The frame was the only thing we got done that first night. But
We set the futon in there, but we
set
didn't
it
put
in
it
there.
in.
We didn't anchor it yet. We used these big lag bolts to anchor it later. But we were out working late with the halogen light. This is an all-white van. We had these halogen lights so we could see, probably pissing our neighbors off with the drills and the saws and the pounding. And I'm like, what? And I look at the van, and through the halogen, you can just see a decal. Like when you pull a sticker off, you can see the outline of the old sticker. You can. It's impossible to see in broad daylight. Like it's got to be the light is to be just right. We see emergency EMT. This van used to be like an ambulance.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was like an EMT. That's why the floor was set up the way it was. That's why it had the extended roof so people could walk in, obviously, and get patients in. So our van used to be an ambulance.
So it could be haunted.
Could be haunted.
So that was sweet. We went to bed that night. We had the frame all done.
Yep.
We were stoked on that. Put the futon in there so we could make sure it was the right height for us to sit.
In case we had to cut down the 4x4s.
Right, and that way our head wouldn't be hitting the ceiling.
Yep.
Went to bed at like midnight, 1. It was late. Got up the next morning. We had plans to go out to Grand Rapids to shoot our summer line, I believe is what it was. To go hang out with Joe Kostrava, shoot with him, and then shoot with Lexi and Tina like that weekend.
Yep.
So we
And
knew
it was Friday, right? I think it was Friday because
yes.
Yeah. Yep.
So I think we started this Wednesday morning. I think we started it Wednesday morning, and we knew we had to have it done by Friday.
Yep.
So Wednesday morning we get to work on it, go to bed that night, have the frame
Just
done.
the frame laid, which
Thursday morning we wake up, start going to town on it again, and this is all just kind of like cut and measure,
Yeah,
and like
we're normally very plan oriented. It was so whimsical. It never should have worked out, but it did. I mean, it worked out perfect.
All right, keep going. Let me just reset the cameras real quick.
So we have the frame laid, and then we start building up. Because when we say the frame, we're just talking about the base to anchor on. Then we start building up. So we take 4x4s, and we hollow out. This is so any carpenter or architect would probably hate us because we just did this so like non-traditionally. We took the 4x4s and took a drill bit, biggest drill bit we could find, and just started hollowing out the center because there were bolts coming up from the frame. Then we would set the 4x4 post over the bolt with that hole we carved by hand. And then we'd take L brackets on each side of the frame and mount these.
Our grandpa Lindsay, our grandpa that checked it out, would kind of look away if we did that because he is extremely planned and detailed and everything's perfect. And we were just doing this kind of like the most jank way. Yeah. And we're like, all right, this will work. Let's just do it this way.
We were just gonna do it for now and make changes later, but it turned out so well. It's still held up,
sturdy as a rock, man.
It is. So we did these L brackets, then we anchored the L brackets to the frame and then to the 4x4. So we did like 4 on each side or 2 on each side. So this thing was tough. And then my dad made the best call out of anybody. He goes, dude, you need to go out and get some lag bolts. He goes, the lag bolt, this thing's going to sway. And I goes, yep, and we need cross supports. Those things.
For the bed.
For the bed.
Yeah.
Those things, and we used it on the futon.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you don't have a cross support, it'll just rock back and forth. I mean, it's just wood. So him suggesting the lag bolts probably saved the project.
The integrity of the structure of the van.
So we get back there, we lay, we kind of measure ourselves. How big does this bed need to be to fit us both?
How tall does the bed need to be?
Yes.
So we can sit up and we don't hit our heads.
Because it's a balance. Because you need the most room under it for
and then
storage.
how high can we make it so we can fit as many shirt totes and luggage under there as possible?
Yep.
And we figured it out, and it happened to be right at the perfect height for where the edge of the window is, so like where the metal on the van. So that way I had some support too from the the exterior of the van, so the plywood could kind of sit on there.
Yeah, the OSB was like technically sitting on the window ledge, but then it anchored down to the frame, so it was double support. Then with the cross supports and these big lag bolts that we just ratcheted in from the bottom, and then we hit each side of the 4x4 cross supports, and then we use those lag bolts to attach the futon as well.
Yeah. I was so stoked. I was so happy through all this, and we're just ripping boards. We're ripping boards and then throwing them in there, and you need how to get in that thing, and it like fit perfectly. Like me and you could lay right next to each other on the bed, perfectly. Threw the futon in there.
We're able to fit 9 storage totes of shirts.
Yes.
On Rise was it 9? I think, so 9 shirt totes under the bed and 2 carry-on size suitcases. Yeah. All under it was perfect.
Well, didn't you have to finish ratcheting in the futon while I went out to Action Water Sports and like delivered shirts? Yeah. Because we had to deliver shirts before we left out order. There.
Yep.
Yeah, so we were hustling, and we ended up getting it done in like 48 hours. We flipped that.
We called it the 48-hour flip.
In 48 hours, and it was like so perfect. We loved it. The futon, the bed in there. We had like a little foam pad from the Envoy bed. So we'd put that down over top of the OSB. We'd put like a couple sleeping bags down for cushion, and I think like a comforter. But Dude, I remember loading up that thing and we headed out to Grand Rapids and we were so stoked.
It was one of the best feelings ever.
It was
so cool.
It was. And we got there at Joe's like 10, 11 o'clock at night and had to like park it in his driveway, crack the beer, and we're like, dude, this is awesome. Joe loved it. It was a great time. Did like some photo shoots with it. That's what we wanted to have it for too, is photo shoots for the summer line.
We shot a ton of photos.
Yeah, did photo shoots with Joe, Lexi, Tina.
Put our Sanook mat we talked about in the last episode or 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
In it. And then our parents bought us a little gift. They bought us a Coleman cooler, but you plug into your 12-volt in your car, and it keeps your food cold. We had the crates under there, and then the van already had built-in like overhead storage above the driver and passenger. That's just how it came.
Yep. We got like little fans from Walmart or Menards.
Yeah.
Where was it? But they took D batteries and also plugged in, right?
Those things saved us.
Yeah.
No, I
those
think
were nice.
yeah, we started with the fans, the little ones that we had.
Yeah,
and then we ended up buying those because in the summertime. Because eventually, we want to cut a hole out of the roof and put like an RV vent fan in there. So in the winter we can cook and not worry about fumes. Then also get air in the summer.
We really want to gut it all out.
Throw
put
everything
insulation
away.
in there.
Yep.
Hardwood floor,
Redo
wood
the whole
on the inside. Put a little stove, a little sink in there, and a bed, and like half of the futon. That just takes time and money, and
it's really just good the way it is right now.
Yeah, it works for us. The amount of time we spend in it, it really does work.
Yeah,
perfectly. But dude, we love
that van. We haven't driven her much this winter, but she'll be back coming summertime.
Gotta take a trip out somewhere.
Yeah,
out west.
The license plate's Skroove, so if you see it around, be sure to honk at us.
Take a little surf trip.
Yeah, we'll take a surf trip.
And I was so stoked. I was like, we have this van. I need a hula girl for the dash. I've always wanted a hula girl for a video or for a
You needed
vehicle.
one thing, and I needed one thing. We got both of them, so go ahead.
So I got on Amazon, found like the perfect little hula girl, Layla. Yeah, because they're Lay. She's Hawaiian. Layla. Got her in the mail, threw her on the dash. That topped it off for me after we had it all remodeled.
And then
What'd you need?
Well, I put my one thing, my traditional adventure that I would always put in the Envoy, my American flag bandana hanging from the rearview mirror.
Yeah, I love that thing.
But the thing that I always wanted for the van that I finally got was a CB.
Yes.
So we can talk to the truckers and stuff while we're going. I love that thing. So we had
because we're practically truckers.
Oh my God, we are truckers.
So FRAN II, the man van, FRAN II, that's her name.
Yep.
R.I.P. FRAN I.
Yep.
But we can dive into gallivanting. We can dive into the adventures, all the places that we took the van last summer.
Do you want to do that next episode?
Yeah, next episode.
Yeah, next episode we'll talk about that. We'll talk about travel tips, how we were able to live basically out of the van. We have
where we stayed, how we made it work, food,
expenses, things like that. It was one of the best summers like ever. I mean, it was just pure adventure.
Yeah, it was blast. For Radical Adventures Nomadic.
Yep, Fran.
So yeah, next episode of me and you, it'll probably be 13 because we have another one coming up
Thursday.
We're filming Thursday.
And then we'll run this one next week again.
Yeah.
Yep.
So next Tuesday we'll tell you guys about that. But yeah, give you travel tips and our
tell some stories,
experiences and adventures with FRAN II. So we're gonna dive into Q&A. We have
pre-submitted questions.
Yeah, we have pre-submitted questions. We have a good amount of those.
Yep. Keep sending those in ahead of time through DM, through Snapchats, through ideally just email us whattheduck@skroveco.com. Anytime you have a question, just send them in.
Comment on our post.
Yep.
And we're gonna go live on Facebook and Instagram Live too.
Yep.
So that's this is gonna be a regular thing every Tuesday around 7:30, 8 o'clock. Go live on those channels.
Start with a story, then we go live. That's kind of the for now the structure.
And we're giving away some gear to our favorite question, funniest, best, whatever.
Thomas Keene won last week. We love this question. If you'd be business partners with any famous person, excluding each other, I thought that was funny. Who would it be and why? So Thomas won last week, and we're going to pick another winner this week.
Absolutely. So we'll shut off the cameras, restart the audio, get Facebook, Instagram Live set up, and we will be back in a moment. Peace.
What's up, everybody?
We're back.
What's up, everybody? All right, time for some Q&A, live and pre-submitted questions. How do you like the whiskey?
Oh, I love the whiskey. Yeah. What is this?
We decided to go really expensive this week.
Tyler's getting us some whiskey. Black Velvet for the win.
Macallan 12 last week. Black Velvet this week. You just can't lose. Like, we'll put it right there, front and center. All right.
We love Black Velvet.
Oh, yeah. It's the best cheap whiskey in the world. All right, let's get this thing on the road.
Skroove's live. Let me see who's all tuned in here. Just a second, people. All right. Rockpile Gang. Abby. Abby loves that whiskey. I'm glad you like that whiskey. So we have some pre-submitted questions. So Tyler has questions that were sent to him.
Kenny has questions that were sent to Skroove.
Yep. And we don't know what questions each other have.
Yep. So he hasn't heard mine. I haven't heard his. Vice versa.
And while you guys are listening, Facebook and Instagram, comment questions for us.
Is that volume on?
Yeah, I'll turn that down.
All right. Here we go. Would you rather live your worst dream or pee your pants every time you drink a beer? This is from Blake Liddell, an excellent hunter who purchased one of the Skroove camo hats.
Oh, love that. I think it'd probably be live my worst dream.
What is your worst dream?
I don't know. Is it like a dream that I had when I was sleeping?
I don't think it's like what would be the worst thing that happens? Like I think it's a worst dream, like a nightmare that happened that you've experienced.
I don't know if I can really remember one, like a specific dream. Can you remember a specific dream that you had that like really scared the bejesus off you?
Yeah. I mean, like not major specifics. That's the problem with dreams, Inception. But like just anything where like someone's trying to kill you or anything like that. I think I would rather live my worst dream of somebody trying to kill me, and then
I think it begs the question: do you have the powers that you have while you're in a dream state during living the worst dream?
So you're saying if you're living your worst dream, do you have dream-like powers to live during this worst dream?
Yeah. Be able to fly, be able to change the scene, be able to have superpowers, imagine a gun.
Yeah, why all that's important, I couldn't imagine peeing every time I drank a beer.
Yeah, I would definitely pick worst dream.
Worst dream.
And then bonus, if I can have dream-like superpowers, boom, game over.
Yep. I would, I think I would just like imagine or dream up like John Rambo as like my personal bodyguard, and I'd be set. Worst dream, I can't even think of like a bad dream.
I would dream up Nina Agdell.
Yep.
My poster over here. Thanks, Nina, for tuning in.
That's right.
Thanks for being a guest every week.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Abby Spitz, what's the most unprofessional thing you have seen someone do? Tyler?
Go first. You go first.
I don't know. I read this, and it's a great question, but I can't really think of... I just thought of something. It's not really unprofessional. It's just kind of funny. So there's a store that we wanted to get into in Holland, Michigan.
Oh my god!
And
this is the best thing. It's not unprofessional by any means. It's just hilarious.
This is probably because I can't really think of a specific unprofessional thing, but this has to be the thing that comes to mind.
This is funny.
So I went to this one store in Holland, Michigan. We're carried in Blue Veranda, but there's another store out there on the main street that I went to.
They shall remain nameless?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll leave them out.
We can save them their dignity. So
our fans don't go and destroy it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went in a couple times because I'd go out there when I was in Blue Veranda, and when I'd stop in Holland, I'd, talk to whoever's in charge of purchasing and, give them the spiel about
the usual
Skroove.
routine.
Yeah, and be like, you guys want to buy anything? Here's our line sheet. Here's what we're about. He's like, send me a line sheet. Maybe, next season. So I went in there a handful of times and emailed the guy a couple of times. He goes, come in, during spring because we'll buy for summer.
That's when we're ordering.
Yeah, and that's when we're we're ordering. And we went in there and I asked for the guy's name.
And I think this is the first time I was with you, and you know what I mean, because before I was in school. So we asked for.
So I was like, "Hey, is so and so here?" Because it was the guy I was talking to, and they're like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "I'm a Skroove. Talk to him about carrying our clothing line. Can I talk to him?" He go, "Oh
this
yeah."
might double as our most awkward business meeting ever.
So I go get him, and like, "Hey, Kenny was Skroove. We have the beer mint design." And I was like, would you want to place an order for summer?
All right, you can be him. You be you. I'll be him.
All right, I was like, yeah, would you want to place an order for summer? I know you said it was your busy month. You had the beer mint design that goes really well.
This guy puts his hands in his pockets and goes, "Nah, I think we're good." Right? all right, you know.
Yeah, like I can take a no.
And then go on. So then you said,
And I was like, so, you know, why do you not want to buy anything? Is there a specific reason? You not like any of the designs? You know, just wanted to learn more because, you know, it's perfectly fine to say no. I just would like to know why you said no.
yeah. The guy goes, Skroove, the duck. I really just don't get it. Word for word what he said.
And I didn't know what to say to that. I was like, oh.
We both like, I think we had a hard time like not laughing.
Yeah.
It was so, imagine being in a store who's like showing some interest in you.
Yeah.
Go to get your purchase order. And the guy that's supposed to order literally goes,
I don't get it.
yeah, Skroove, the duck. I don't really get it. And like, we're like, what do you say to
So
that?
I was just like, all right, thanks for your time,
see
man.
you, man.
And we never laughed. We walked out of there and just kind of started laughing. Didn't really know what else to do. Like, what do you say to that?
Yeah, that was
So it's like, all right, whatever, man. It's
that was an interesting response.
your funeral.
Yeah, your funeral, that's right.
Is that your answer too?
Yeah, it
I
was
can't really
most
think of
unprofessional
I can't really
thing.
think of anything super unprofessional that we've ran into. You know, I can't.
No, there's just a surprising amount of unprofessionalism like across the board in the world of business. Like you'll like learn like, you know, just chasing down money and things that I guess I never would have thought like you would have encountered. There's a lot of good too, but just there's nothing terrible that sticks out. We have pretty good clients. So. All right. What do you think the greatest invention of all time is, Blake? Again, good question, Blake.
Huh. Wow.
I think this is a perfect segue into we really wish that like there's always these think about the people who invent like really weird things. Like somebody invented the whoopee cushion.
Yeah.
somebody was
made a fortune off of the whoopee cushion.
maybe they couldn't fart and they wanted to fit in. I don't know what the answer is. Somebody invented the whoopee cushion. Somebody invented the pool noodle.
The toothpick.
Somebody invented the modern toothpick as you know it. And I love the meat. I just wish, you know, one day we're out at the bar and we run into these really wealthy people, like pull up in a limo, big fur coats, because obviously that's a sign of social status. And we're like, you know, how did you inherit your wealth? And I just want to have this guy with a slight British accent go like, my grandfather invented the whoopee cushion. You know, like how ridiculous is that?
Yeah.
Just think about that.
Greatest invention. I don't know, the car, airplane, things that help you travel.
I feel like the wheel is too much of a that's a cheat. You can't say that one.
Yeah. Probably like something that helps you travel, helps you experience the world.
Alcohol. That's an interesting invention.
There you go.
Who discovered alcohol?
What's up, Brandon?
How do you think that happened?
Greg, Casey, Mikkel.
How do you think somebody discovered alcohol?
I don't know. They had to experiment a lot of different things. That's interesting. It's
Like
been
somebody
it's been
was-
around for like a while.
Yeah, somebody must have accidentally fermented something and drank it and been like, "Whoa!" Imagine never being drunk. Like it wasn't a thing. There's no alcohol.
How did they not know they were getting poisoned or something?
They probably thought they were. They probably thought they were gonna die. Are you kidding me?
Especially if they
Go
woke
ahead
up
and
the
drink
next
a
morning
glass
with like
of wine and not knowing what alcohol is. Nobody knows what alcohol is. Dude, you think you're dying for sure.
especially when you wake up the next morning with a hangover. How did they not know that they thought it was super poisonous? You know?
It is a poison.
Is it?
I mean, alcohol's a poison.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, your liver processes it, and then that's why you're hungover.
I wonder how many tries it took to actually develop alcohol
about
in the
that.
process of it.
Somebody had alcohol and was like, "Whoa."
I did. I left my grapes out here.
That's probably what it was. It was probably wine. It had to have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beer's a little complex, so it's kind of whiskey,
Yeah, because you have to stir it.
vodka.
Yeah.
Had to be wine because like they probably had a bunch of grapes and
They fermented and
like in a basement somewhere and in a big bucket and
I think alcohol was around before basements.
a dungeon, if you will.
Greatest invention of all time. Yeah, I don't know. Alcohol.
I'm gonna go with airplane. Or
Airplane.
Car.
Yeah. All right, that's fine. The wheel's a cop out. We'll skip that. Go ahead.
What was your best mic drop moment, Abby Spitz?
Best. I don't know offhand, but one of my favorites was when Landon asked about our best dream. I thought that was
Like 2-3 episodes ago.
Yeah, Landon
Of living
Landon
it.
said, "What's your best? What's the best dream you ever had?" And we said we were living it. So
Yeah.
that was a good mic drop moment.
I can't think of a mic drop moment, and something comes to mind, especially in business. I feel like a mic drop moment is like, "Hey, I showed you up."
In front of people too.
Yeah.
Because if you're dropping a mic, you need a crowd.
Yeah. I don't know if I've really had one yet.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll come back to that. Keep that
Can you see Facebook right now?
Yeah.
Is anyone asking questions on there?
Nope.
No?
Nope. No questions on Facebook.
All right. Go ahead. Your turn. Question.
Kevin Loss. What were our top 3 songs on MySpace? I don't remember.
cow.
I don't. Like, I remember, like, that you had a theme. You know how you had, like, one song that played, like, when you went to your page? I remember that, the most recent one I had. I don't remember, like, my top list or whatever. But it was Burning Heart by Survivor from the theme of Rocky 4. I don't know why. Thought it was cool.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember, I think I had When I'm Gone by Three Doors Down and Fort Minor. Remember the name. Logan, under VH Film Production, Logan Van Havel, asked this question on Instagram. Favorite YouTube channel? Tyler?
Favorite YouTube channel? One that probably the one that I frequent the most is I love Casey Neistat. He's a vlogger, but he's just really done a lot of success for himself. I just enjoy watching his videos. I think they're really entertaining. He kind of was one of the early inspirations for our daily video series that just kind of said, oh, you know, he's doing daily videos, we can do it. So I like Casey Neistat a lot.
I'll give you a handful of answers. I like Casey Neistat. I like Jan Olsen.
Yep.
He's this Red Bull athlete, former skier
Yep.
that travels the world and just does awesome shit.
Just great energy.
Yeah, he's a super positive guy. Does a lot of cool stuff. Peter McKinnon, he does. He gives really helpful tutorial videos and does kind of Casey Neistat vlogs.
Yeah.
And Gary Vaynerchuk is awesome for business advice and motivational stuff.
Yep, for sure.
What's up, Juicer? Juicer's in on Instagram.
The Juicer got his nickname because in college, Kenny and I got recruited to play intramural soccer, and we like hadn't played soccer since we were like 6 years old.
AYSO days.
AYSO. And so they just wanted us to play, and they're our friends. So like, all right, let's play. And this guy, Zach Walega, could kick a soccer ball
so hard
that if it was like an apple, it would have turned to juice.
Well, remember that one day that we were at practice and he kicked the ball at that brick wall and a brick came shot out the other side?
I do remember that. Yeah. So the Juicer. Welcome, Juicer.
You played soccer at SVSU. He said, commented, Juicer.
Yeah, he's got a rocket.
We need to hang out in Ann Arbor. That's what we're going to do because he is a nurse in Ann Arbor. We're going to plan a weekend where we go to Ann Arbor and hang out with Lexi. And we'll have to make sure you're free and we'll go party.
If you want us to come party with you
A
anywhere,
Square.
hit us up. We can come out and have a good time. What do you have?
This is a good question by Lexi Verhill. How would you describe Tyler to someone who doesn't know him and vice versa? How would Tyler describe you? I'll go first. Tyler, how would I describe Tyler? Super energetic, people person, and just likes to be, the good time Charlie, life of the party. Have fun.
I do like to have fun.
A good time.
Kenny. I think if you've ever went out or had Kenny over, done anything with Kenny, literally, I mean, this usually goes for both of us, but more so for him. He's always the last person to go to bed. Like, if you have people over, you're having a bonfire, you're going out to the bar, it could be, he'll always crack a beer and hang out till late night and get into great in-depth conversations with you. So Kenny just never quits, whether it's in life or business or having a good time. And just great energy, man. He likes to go out and do anything and chase his dream. An inspirational guy.
Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly.
Lexi says yes about Ann Arbor. Juicer says, fellas, you're free to stay with me whenever. We need to do that. We definitely need to do that. We'll plan something within the next month or two.
Yep.
Rock Pile Gang, come party RPG style. Backyard winter bonfire in Grand Haven. Blaztron, tell us when to be out there.
Yeah, give us the deets.
We'll be there. We actually have to come out to Grand Rapids within the next week or two.
Yeah,
so
we got some business.
If you're willing to throw down in the next week or two,
let us know.
Let's get something on the books. And we definitely need to surf sometime.
Greg Gardner asks, how many rings can you fit on one hand? That's an excellent, and I think there was a smirky face emoji too. It's a good question.
I'm going to say 10.
Yeah, at least 10.
2 on each finger.
Yeah. Right now we're just rocking the 2. We got some new rings coming though.
Oh,
soon.
Logan.
I thought it was just we can't reveal anymore.
I won't, but we'd have some dope rings coming within the next week or two.
Yep, stay tuned.
I think when we go out to Grand Rapids next.
Hopefully they'll be ready.
We'll drop them. Yeah, Logan has created something special. If you were each invisible for a day, what would you do, Lexi Verhill? I know what I would do.
Go ahead.
What I would do if I was invisible, I would walk around probably like super populated area like Detroit or New York City, Times Square, and give as many awkward salmons as I could to people. Because they had no idea what's going on. Maybe pick people up and start carrying them, and they would just freak out.
I think if I was invisible for a day, I would attempt to get into as many like
Locker
secure
rooms.
They just walk into the White House, get a selfie.
Oh.
Walk into Fort Knox, get a selfie.
Selfie, it's just invisible now. A floating iPhone.
Because it wouldn't be a selfie at that point.
Yeah.
I just get a picture of something. I don't know.
I would
would
have
just
proof on your phone that
right,
you were in
that I
front
was
of
there. I
a
like tag
giant,
my location.
giant gold vault.
Yeah.
Or it could be empty. Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody know the
Conspiracy.
answer to that? Is Fort Knox?
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Go steal the Declaration of Independence, Nicolas Cage style.
Yeah. Me 4 drinks later, I'm gonna steal the Declaration. All right, now we have.
So 2 per finger. Yeah, Lexi confirmed that we could have 2 rings per hand.
Okay, we had some
Finger.
stuff just came. Yes, true. We just got some stuff on Facebook.
Okay. Big trigger, Greg Gardner. What's up, Greg?
Tracy said, "At my last job, a lady in sales took a business call in the restroom. That's hilarious. That was probably for unprofessionalism."
Yeah, I've
Nick
never
Vance
done
Mays
that.
said that I played damn near with one leg in the soccer game. That is accurate.
No, we didn't win. Did we win?
No, we won. We never lost a game in the intramural soccer, but we had 2 former players, so we were DQ'd from the
that's right.
championship.
That's right.
All right, go ahead.
Joey or Johnny? I don't know who this is. Favorite sport to watch? I'd have to say football. I love football.
Yeah, I
Super
love
exciting.
football. There's like never a dull moment.
No. Oh shit! My camera's about to die. The battery's going, but we'll just keep
going. I have a segue off that. Another question.
Okay.
All right, I gotta find it. What would be the funniest? What would be the funniest sport to add a mandatory amount of alcohol to? Marissa McClure.
That's a good question.
Yeah. What would make? My God, what would be super entertaining?
Oh my gosh! I think it'd have to be like water polo because people are exerting
hazard?
all this energy.
Oh my God.
And they'll just start throwing up and puking in the pool. Someone's got to swim around in the puke.
Like every minute you take a shot. No, I think I feel like something super serious like
Chess,
chess or
fencing.
oh my God, what about like billiards? Like those guys, or
Bowling.
poker, the World Series of Poker. Every hand you have to have like a beer, so like you're just getting just absolutely sloshed.
What about
Infects your
ping pong?
judgment. Ping pong.
Something
Yeah.
super hand-eye.
What about the Olympics? There's like the Olympics, and then there's the intoxicated Olympics.
like beer Olympics?
Beer,
Somebody should make that a thing.
like the beer Olympic champions.
Oh yeah, Blair hosted the beer Olympics. Was Juicer there for that?
Yeah, Juicy was there. We crushed him.
Yeah, we
Remember
did.
that?
We crushed the competition. Team Italy took home gold.
Yep.
Me and Tyler, beer Olympics. That was a great day.
Yes.
All right. This kid, Jake Arnoys, he submitted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions.
Okay.
He's Lexi's friend. His questions, he might win favorite question / favorite questions because he has some off the wall stuff that I love.
I love it. Let's hear it.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. If you had to choose between Mia Khalifa, public figure, and Dave Portnoy, Barstool Sports God, to market your brand, which would you choose? Is Mia Khalifa, is that Wiz Khalifa's sister?
It's got to be Wiz Khalifa's sister.
I have no idea. I have no idea who that is.
I would take El Prez from Barstool Sports because that guy's just making moves. He does the pizza reviews. I love pizza. And the guy's just such a business mind. I think he would align with our strengths.
I have no idea who this Mia chick is, so if I haven't heard of her, I'm gonna go with Dave Portnoy.
Yeah, exactly. How can we take somebody we haven't heard of? All right.
So Dave Portnoy, we love Dave Portnoy. We love Barstool Sports. That shit cracks us up. So Dave Portnoy for sure. The guy's a branding genius.
He is a branding genius.
Taking down ESPN, major news networks,
and then they bought
everywhere.
Rough and Rowdy. They're going after
Rough and Rowdy is
boxing
sweet.
scene.
Good question, Jake. Megan. Are you sure, Blazetron?
All right, so this is a good question by Abby Spitz. Favorite bar to go to in Michigan on a Saturday night? Kind God, I got a lot of favorites, but I have a special place in my heart for the Maury in Royal Oak. They almost always have live music, and last time we went there, we got invited to dance on stage with our fur coats, and it was legendary. What about you?
Maury's sweet. We just went to this place in Ferndale called the Orchid, which is a super great time. Like a lot of dancing, just great energy. That was cool. So those are both in like Maury's in Royal Oak, Orchids in Ferndale. That was a sweet place. The Bob in Grand Rapids is a really good time too.
You can never go wrong with Bob.
No, the 4 levels of the Bob with Eve on the 4th level.
That's right.
That's a great time.
Yeah.
All right, Jake, again. If you were handed the keys to a chest in Fortnite and a bush was an item you could pick up, would you be the kind of guy to pick it up and hide in a bush?
I think I've only gotten the bush once, and I used it because I didn't know what it was yet. But no, I'm not a bush guy. I'm not a bushwhacker. I'm a spearhead the enemy, and then use some of Jocko Willink's tactics of, so when me and Kenny play together, he shoots and covers, I move forward, I shoot and cover, he moves forward, and just keep pushing. We love to
David, we need to play with you still, too.
Yeah, we need to play.
I'm going to say no, too, because I feel like you're just like a walking target with that bush. When people see a moving bush, then...
Yeah, but I think he's suggesting that you just stay hidden in the middle of the circle to the end.
Oh.
Like, it's not in our nature to be soft. We don't avoid conflict. We get after it.
Yeah, and then you can always hide in a real bush as you're going along.
So if you move, you're
Fortnite strategy for all you listeners.
Yeah, that's a good question. We should release a guide on that.
Your turn. Is there anything on Facebook?
Yep. So
who's in on Facebook right now? Do we have any friends?
Yep.
Say hi to.
Yeah. There's Tracy. Nick Vansame is our mom. Shout out to mom.
Hey, Mom.
She's not dead. She's right above us. I pointed up. Tracy asked, she knows we're super into boating. What would be the name of our boat? That's an excellent question.
Oh my gosh. It'd have to be something super pirate-like.
Super pirate-like for sure. That's a good question. I'll have to get back to you on that. Then she asked, how do you keep up with the current fashion trends to stay on point? Is it luck, or are we just a couple of cool guys?
We create fashion.
Yeah, we set the standard. We like to create a product for ourselves, and other people tend to like it.
Yeah. If we like it, we're like, all right, we think other people like it. And
if it sells, you make
sometimes we're right, sometimes we're wrong, like the Happy Accidents t-shirt design.
You know what? I'm going to take this moment to release a special announcement. On our dummy here is a messed up, a one-of-one misprinted hoodie. The beer mitten, if you look really closely, is like double printed. So if you take a screenshot of the podcast, not the live show, but the actual podcast in the podcast app.
On iTunes.
So on iTunes.
Sorry, Android users.
Yep, sorry, Android users. Get an iPhone. Take a screenshot of it and post it.
Or you could we'll allow Android users to do a
YouTube screenshot if they have to.
Yep.
Still get an iPhone. And then post it on Instagram.
Either your story or your profile.
Yep.
And tag Skroove. And say, you have to, acknowledge the podcast somehow.
Say something about it. And you're entered to win this. It is a 2XL. It's great for wiping up stains, wearing it to bed to sleep in. It's a great set of pajamas. Maybe give it to a friend who's a 2X. It doesn't matter. So in order to win this hoodie, just when this podcast go live, or any episode, take a screenshot of it in the iTunes app or the YouTube thing if you're an Android user, post it and tag Skroove, and you are entered to win that hoodie for free of charge, not even paying shipping, shows up to your door.
The only guideline is Instagram story, Instagram profile.
Yes, Instagram.
In your picture. So that's different from favorite question too. So we're gonna give away two things.
Giveaways.
Yes,
we're so kind.
Is it your turn for a question or mine?
You.
You're stuck on an island with nothing but Skroove gear, my baby mama Lexi, and an iPhone with 10% battery. What do you decide to do? This is still Jake.
This guy is
coming in with some fire questions.
Hey, is Lexi still in here?
Jake Arnoyes. I don't know. I can't see if people leave.
If Lexi, if you're still in here, or Jake, if you're listening, these sort of questions, this caliber of questions might land you on an episode of the podcast. So keep that. This guy's got it right.
All right. Do you remember the question?
Yes. So what
Skroove gear, Lexi, an iPhone with 10% battery. You're stranded on an island. What do you do?
Like, do you only get one?
No, that's what you have. What do you do with that?
Okay. It would be best interest to take all the clothes off and put them in one separate location to start making a shelter out of. So all the Skroove gear, it doesn't make sense to wear it. It's an island. It's probably tropical. So we'll fashion a shelter out of that, like a bungalow style canopy. The iPhone you turn off instantly. Turn it off. Wait a week till they know till you've gone missing, and hopefully someone will try and track your iPhone to find your iPhone. If you do it right away, no one knows you're missing. They won't be able to find you. And Lexi is just she's a muse. She will keep the spirit alive. She'll keep us motivated. She's good at so many things. She's probably a decent cook. I don't think she's ever cooked for us, but she probably could cook food and keep the spirits high.
All right, I'm gonna go a different direction with this. So I'm gonna dress Lexi up in the Skroove gear. We're gonna do a photo shoot with the 10% iPhone battery, and I'm gonna post a picture on Instagram, preferably Skroove's Instagram. Be like tropical photo shoot location wherever we're at, whatever ocean we're in, and then at the end I'm gonna put up a really cool caption, look like we're having a lot of good fun. At the end, kind of put a little SOS, come find us, help. Probably tag my location. iPhone will die, and then we'll get rescued, and we'll have a sweet photo from the
God, that was a good answer.
from the stranded.
But you don't have a shelter.
Well, people are gonna find us. People are gonna be jealous of our Instagram location. We're gonna have photographers. We're gonna have other models come here. It's gonna be like the new Bali.
Yeah, you better hope it happens fast. All right.
Good question, Jake.
That was an excellent question. All right. I don't know why Facebook. I'm sorry, Facebook Live. This is not auto-generating the questions, so they just kind of keep coming in.
Lexi's still here on Instagram, by the way.
Tracy wants the Olympic event with the broom and the oversized pucks. I think you're talking about curling.
Wait. What?
I think she's saying that'd be a good sport to require alcohol for.
Curling or broom ball?
I don't.
Because broom ball, we're gonna do that, and that will have alcohol involved for sure.
That's right. Nick Vansmays asked shaken or stirred. That was a question for me. If it's a martini, it's shaken. If it's an old fashioned, it's stirred. If you shake my old fashioned, I'll walk out of I'll pour it out and then I'll walk out of the bar. I won't even pay for it.
I don't care what it is. I want it beaten.
Beaten, not shaken. Good questions, guys. Keep going, Kenny.
Caitlyn/Bruce Jenner shows interest in your products. However, Miss Jenner doesn't like the label of male and female clothing. How do you respond and explain to the media? Jake, I beat you to this question years ago before you even asked it. All our clothes are unisex.
Unisex.
So bingo.
Yeah.
And
we did not just assume your gender. No, it's unisex. Anybody can wear it. Your pets could wear it if they wanted to.
So Jake, I beat you to that one.
Yeah,
that was Jake. That was Jake still with it.
Yeah, that was a great question. But you're over here playing checkers and we're playing chess.
Yeah. So you have to get up earlier than that. Joey or Johnny, I don't know who this is. Sorry, guys. What did you guys major in? We both majored in marketing and business management at SVSU.
That's right.
Double major.
Yep.
All right. Got a question?
Yeah, this is a good question. Abby Spitz again. If coffee was illegal, what would its street name be? I love this question. You know what's weird about coffee, too?
Black Death.
The Black Death. I don't think it's automatically like a lethal drug now. I think it's just like outlawed, kind of like the tea tax. Maybe it's just tax. You know what's weird about coffee too is that it like energizes you.
It's a drug.
It's a drug, but it also like calms you down. Like what's more relaxing than sipping on coffee, but at the same time it's caffeine. Just
Devil water.
Black cocaine.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. And if I was the dealer of said illegal coffee, I would call them undergrounds. Coffee grounds.
Nice.
Underground.
And it's Joey. What's up, Joey?
Yeah, Joey. We're
for
happy
buying
to have you, man.
Yeah, thanks for buying all our stuff.
Yeah, you rock, brother.
And Joey, are you the swimmer at Oakland? If so, good luck. I hope your season's going well if you're in season. If not, good luck when your season starts.
Correct.
All right, Jake, this is Jake's last question. Where's Waldo wants to do business with you, and you're very excited because he's a top 10 public figure of all time. But you have one problem. You can't find him. How do you reach him?
He wants to do business with us?
Where's Waldo? Yeah, he wants to do business with us, and he's excited.
And he's a top 10 public figure?
Yeah.
So by that logic...
But we can't find him. How do we reach him?
By that logic, this guy... If you can land him to do business with, you're going to make so much money. If he's a top 10 public figure.
He wants to do business with us. Yeah.
I would I would simply
Invest.
hire Jango Fett. I would or Dog the Bounty Hunter. I would put out a reward of like $500,000, and then I would go to the bank and get a loan for $500,000 and explain how it's a business investment and he's going to be a part of the business now. So we're going to make X amount in the next so many years. And I would literally put like a bounty on his head, and yeah, we'd find him.
I think if Waldo wants to do business with us and he's excited, he perhaps will follow us on our social channels. Maybe just put out a call to action, be like, shoot us an email, Waldo. Or we live here, come find us.
It's literally the world's biggest game of Where's Waldo, because everyone's trying to find him.
I think the bigger question is here, do we have to make a Where's Waldo striped shirt? A little red and white striped shirt and a beanie.
That'd be cool. That would be
Which
cool.
I guess I wouldn't have a problem doing.
Mom said lawn darts for alcoholic.
Mom said that?
That's a good idea.
That is a good idea. Sounds like you might lose a foot or something.
Yeah. If anybody's got some extra lawn darts, send them to us. We haven't played that in a while. Kind of illegal now, right?
We played that on our summer solstice.
Yeah, we did. Let's see here. If a waiter was a if you were a waiter and a customer was a jerk, would you spit on their food, Lexi?
No, I'd probably just take a bite of it.
Yeah. No, I think I would. I don't know. I've never been a waiter.
I'd eat it and say that, oh, sorry, the cook forgot it.
That could work. No, I think I just feel bad for him a little bit. Maybe they're having a rough day and move on, I guess.
Joey, glad you like the stuff, buddy.
Or maybe I'd be working at Burger King spitting on your onion rings.
All right, Courtney Beachlert, I believe it's Lexi's friend. I don't know if she mistyped this or if this is what she really meant. How can you hold yourself from wanting to hang the models during your shoots? I mean, I don't want to hang a beautiful woman or anyone for that.
I wonder what she meant by that.
I don't know if it was hang out.
No, let me see that.
She said that's.
I know. I want to see it.
That's what she said. Pretty simple. I'm not a psychopath.
Pretty simple. Yeah. I don't know what you mean by that. I hope you clarify that. Send it in the end next week. Yeah, I've never had the urge to kill anybody. I think it's as simple as that. We appreciate your question, though.
Do you have more pre-submitted questions or what?
I have a few more. Does Instagram have anything?
Nope, not right now. Hey, if you have questions, she said hang with. Lexi corrected her. Hang with.
How do you? So what's the real question then? What is it?
Hang with LMAO.
Hey, guess who joined on Facebook?
Who?
Tyler Jordan Thompson.
Oh, Tyrone Shoelaces.
Ties him, Tyrone Beggins. Welcome, Ty. Congratulations to Tyrone Thompson on his brand new healthy baby girl.
Yes.
He's outnumbered.
Yeah. Oh, Alex and
Him an old champ. He's gonna have to get another one. You gotta get another boy. You gotta get a boy dog.
You're gonna have some volleyball
Coach.
players over there, huh, bud?
Yep.
Yeesh.
All right. What do you
hang,
got?
bang, maybe. Hang with. That's what you meant.
We do hang with him.
Yeah, we do party and hang out with the models.
Yeah. Once you're in the Skroove family experience, you're in for a good time.
All right, Grace. A, restocked a Mint Living shirt. I'm chilling with Joey right now, and I'm trying to cop. If it's off the website.
We should have plenty of inventory. That's a mistake on our end. So we'll get that updated.
Shoot us an email with what size you want, because if it's off the website, I'm pretty sure we have some left in inventory.
I'm sure we do. Yeah, send us an email.
So
and
Grace or just DM us.
Be sure to do the contest to win that free Beer Mint hoodie.
Yeah.
Also.
So if we don't have it online, sorry, but shoot us an email or just DM us and let us know what size you want. And I'll let you know if we have it. And if not, we might come out with it for the summer again.
Yes. Okay.
Hey, did Tyler Thompson ask a question?
Yeah, he said gentlemen, but he probably said it like this: gentlemen.
Talking through his teeth.
And by the way, this is Coach Thompson to us, and we talked about him in episode 7 with Gina Bologna.
One of our
great mentors who really inspired us to take up business. So he said, "This is up here with the best question from Jake." Did you ever find Bugs Bunny attractive when he put on a dress and played a girl bunny?
I'd be lying if I said no. I thought it was Lola Bunny. Cause I remember,
Yeah, I thought it was Lola Bunny too.
I got up, I went to the bathroom, and I came back, and I thought Lola Bunny was on the screen, but it was Bugs.
Oh my god, that is a wonderful question. Yeah, it made me feel like when I climbed the rope in gym class.
You know what, Tyler? You're about as useful as a trap door in a canoe.
You're
huh?
about as useless as a ashtray on a motorcycle. That is a great question. You're in the running with that one. Yeah, it made me feel like when I climbed the rope in gym class. That's for sure.
All right, Jack Verhill. To me, how much money would it take to make you shave back to a baby face? $1 million.
So funny because I just started shaving back to a baby face. I got carded. I get carded a lot now. That's all right though. How much?
$1 million.
Let's start.
I don't know. I would do it. It's really not that big a deal. But
No. We're
gonna
gonna start a GoFundMe for $1 million.
I'm gonna see if someone will pay me $1 million to do it.
Oh my god,
Ulysses Gatton.
that's an awesome.
What's up,
name.
Ulysses?
Cole asks, Qdoba or Chipotle, and why? Simple answer, Qdoba for a multitude of reasons. Number one, their app is awesome. You get free food. Number two, they have queso. I heard Chipotle might have queso now, then I heard they didn't. I don't care. I won't go there. Qdoba queso is awesome. I love their Diablo queso. Number three, all non-corporate Qdobas that are franchises will do the 635 burritos on Wednesday. Burrito with a drink. You take the survey on your receipt. You get the free nachos with it. Yeah. So Qdoba all day. What about you?
Yeah, Qdoba. Wednesday, Rito night. Simple. I've actually never been to Chipotle, so super biased, but Qdoba.
I've been to Chipotle once. I was not impressed.
I've
yeah.
never been there.
Do we need to restart cameras or are we all right?
I don't. I think we're all right for a little bit.
Because this says we've been live for 37 minutes.
I restarted them once.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Can you show us a sneak peek of Skroove Spring Designs Carla Lenzi? That's her mom. No.
No sneak peeks.
We're going to drop...
They'll come soon.
We're going to drop some stuff in a couple weeks.
That's right.
Stay tuned. You have to wait. Good question, Mom.
Good question, Mom. So, what are our biggest irrational fears, Lexi Verhill?
I don't like spiders.
Irrational fears.
What do you think that means?
Like this, you shouldn't be afraid of, I think.
Oh. I mean, should I not be afraid of spiders? I don't like spiders. Not the biggest fan of heights.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not living life to its fullest. I don't
yeah,
know if those
but
are
that's
irrational,
rational more. And I guess you could be afraid of spiders because, in a sense, some of them can kill you. So that's rational. I'm trying to think of what's something irrational.
That all the pizza in the world will run out?
Yeah, that's a good question, and I wish I had a better answer. I should have put some thought into that. Go ahead, Kenny.
Nick Van Smays, how much wood does a woodchuck chuck?
Never met a woodchuck, but I had a buddy named Chuck, and he didn't chuck any wood. So
I'm gonna say 7.
7. Yeah, I think a woodchuck chucks as much wood as a woodchuck can chuck. That's a good question.
Do you have a question? I'm gonna go check these cameras.
Yeah. Is fire burning and is water wet? I know we've discussed this, and I still don't have a very good answer. But the second part, this is from Ben Cruz, good college buddy of mine. I think the second part is more interesting. He says, "Is fire burning and is water wet? Does that mean they are what they do?" Whoa.
I think so.
They are what they do.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Isn't that wild? I read something today, and it was, if water is clear, then why, when your head is wet, is your hair darker? Another good one.
Science.
Yeah. I guess it's because the hair or the water makes your hair molecules more dense and less transparent to the light that comes through. And that's why it's darker. All this water, wet, fire, burn, that's a good question.
I'm going to say yes to both of those. Water is wet, fire is burning, because you're saying that are they what they do, right?
He said, does that mean they are what they do? I mean, assuming
so
the answer is yes,
because you couldn't have wet stuff without water, and you couldn't have something burning without fire.
Is that kind of like Schrodinger's cat? Schrodinger's cat, you have a cat in the box, and I might butcher this, someone's going to correct me. And cat in a box, and you give it, let's say, poisonous food. I think it's like radiation. This is a simplified version for my simple mind. And you close the box. So eventually the cat's gonna eat the poisonous food and die, but you don't know if it's dead or alive. So in theory, Schrodinger's cat is both dead and alive at the same time. But if you open the box and the cat is dead, did you kill it? Because until you open the box, the cat wasn't dead or alive. As far as you knew, the cat was still alive because you put it in alive. When you open the box and it's dead, now you've confirmed it's dead. You killed the cat. It's just another one of those
conundrum,
weird
paradox.
I don't even know. Yeah,
One of those big
I think
words.
water's wet and fire's burning and that would mean they are what they do. Because by that same kind of logic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because you can't have something wet without water.
I mean, you could have oil or pop, but I think water.
But water is an
Of
ingredient to any
base.
sort of liquid.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think by that logic, yes, they are what they
If
do.
anybody knows any science nerds, we'd love to have them on the show, and we can just
Neil
answer
deGrasse
this.
Tyson.
Yeah, answer this once and for all. Do you have anything over there?
Yes. Logan, VH Film Production. Good question here. Do you believe in life outside our galaxy? If so, do you believe we will know about them first, or do they already know about us? What's the first step you would take to make contact? I believe there's life outside our galaxy.
I think if it's a pure numbers game, there just has to be. It's so big. It's the galaxy's so large.
So we listened to a Joe Rogan podcast where he had Tom DeLonge from Blink-182
Lead
on.
singer of Blink-182.
And Tom DeLonge is a huge alien, not conspiracy theorist, because, I mean, he believes in it. And
He claims he's working alongside the U.S. government, and go ahead, though.
yeah, and that it's real. The aliens have visited, or other forms of life have visited. And what's the first step you would take to make contact?
Oh, no, before that, do you think that they would know about us first? Or
Oh,
us
I
then?
think they know about us. I think they...
Yeah, I think it's a simple numbers game, like the infinite, like the universe is infinitely expanding, and from a data standpoint, I think that they probably just do exist, and that would suggest that there's a multitude of there are certain levels of advancements. So that would suggest that there's a level of advancement that knows we exist. So I think if there are some of them out there, they already know we exist.
So what did Elon Musk just do?
I think he sent a rocket to Mars with a Tesla car in it.
Because there's like... I don't think it's real. There's like a figure. There's like is it a dummy in the driver's seat? Did you see that? Did you see that photo?
See that.
So I don't know what he did, and I seen it on Instagram today. He's posting a lot about it. That I think he just had one of his rockets land, or two of his rockets land back perfectly upright. They didn't crash or anything. But then I saw something he posted is there's this figure, and I think it's a dummy. I don't think it's a real person. Is in this rocket shipped to somewhere, potentially Mars. And I saw this picture on his Instagram. It's super sweet. There's a computer chip or what are like the green
And
things?
it says made by humans.
Yes.
Yeah.
He goes, this technology was made by humans.
Yeah, I think that's the car. I don't know if he sent the car or not. He said he was going to send a car to Mars.
So is that, if you guys know what's going on, let me
Yeah,
know so
fill us in
we can
real quick.
elaborate. But yeah, I think he just did something because I saw about it on the internet.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then did you see on the dash, it's like, don't panic.
Yeah.
That's sweet. Elon Musk, his little flamethrowers for the Boring Company.
God, the Boring Company. That's so clever.
So he sold flamethrowers to help fund the company,
before
right?
that, so they were funding the Boring Company, and
Which is that to build the Hyperloop?
I think it's for the Hyperloop. They're boring out tunnels, so like it's a play on words, boring. And to raise money, they sold Boring Company hats, and they hit their goal. So he said, if we sell enough hats, we'll sell something cooler next. And now they're selling flamethrowers, and I guess some places wouldn't allow shipping of flamethrowers, so they changed it to this is not a flamethrower, it's a flamethrower. So like, yeah,
We love
we
Elon.
love Elon Musk.
All right,
I
Joey.
wrote a lot of papers about him in college.
Did you?
Like I think the majority of my paper, I just kept writing about Elon Musk because he was such a fascinating guy.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Joey. We had a riddle. The man who builds it doesn't want it. The man who bought it doesn't need it. The man who needs it doesn't know it. What is it?
One more time.
The man who builds it doesn't want it. The man The man who builds it doesn't want it. The man who bought it doesn't need it. The man who needs it doesn't know it. Wow. Joey, what a question.
We can keep that in the back of our minds.
If someone answers on Facebook or Instagram Live before me and Tyler figure out what it is.
But they can look it up.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I was going to say you get something free, but good call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The man who needs it doesn't want it.
The man who builds it doesn't want it. The man who bought it doesn't need it. The man who needs it doesn't know it.
The man who bought it doesn't need it.
I want to say something like happiness, but I don't. How do you build
can't build it or buy it.
I feel like it's got to be something abstract, though.
But buying happiness, what an interesting concept, huh?
And the man who needs it doesn't know it. The man who builds it doesn't want it.
I'll think about that. That'll keep me up. I'm
Joey,
normally
good
pretty decent
question.
at riddles. I like that. I like the riddle. We should have a riddle every episode.
Ooh.
By the people. Let's do that.
Isn't that what Car Talk? They always have the.
Well, they have puzzlers, but
puzzlers.
they ask the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joey should get on and ask us a riddle every episode.
Joey, that might be your new job. We'll hook you up with gear.
We might take care of you if you do that.
Come up with some riddles for us, and he said, "Let me know if you want the answer."
Give us 5 minutes or so.
Before you leave Instagram Live. Give us the answer.
If you can hang tight for a little bit,
Yeah,
so
so stick around for a little bit. But we do enjoy riddles. If you want to be, our riddle of the week,
that's such a cool. That's just the first unofficial job that spawned from.
Yeah, I think that'd be an awesome little segment about the podcast. We have a different riddle every week.
Of the week, yeah.
All right, Joey said he's gonna stick around.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I've got all my questions answered. The
I got some
pre-submitted
more.
ones.
What makes us so rad? Joe Castrava.
Joe? I don't know. I think.
Okay,
I think that people would have to answer that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, we're doing what we love, so that's what I like about myself is that I'm enjoying life.
Yeah,
just doing what I love.
Yeah, I agree. I think that you guys enable us to have so much fun.
Yeah.
We have a lot of fun anyway, but, the people really bring it on. Quick segue. Coach Thompson asked, who wins in arm wrestling, Ty or Kenny? We've never done it. I don't know.
We might knock up all these bottles and do it.
I don't know. Kenny's got how much more do you... Kenny's got some weight on me.
Yeah,
Not bad weight. He's just a bigger guy.
I lift weights.
I think Kenny could beat me in an arm wrestling contest.
I work out.
I could probably beat my little brother, though, so yeah.
Joey said he's down to do the riddles every week.
Good.
We're going to hold you to that.
What about happiness? What's the question again?
The man who builds it doesn't want it. The man who bought it doesn't need it. The man who needs it doesn't know it. I feel like Coach Thompson might know the answer to this.
The man who needs it doesn't know it.
Time. I feel like it's something abstract. I feel like it's not a real thing.
A clock?
That's I don't. That was hard. That's what Lexi said. That's what she said.
Are
your pre-submitted questions done?
No, we got some more. So our cousin Ellie asks, "Why are you guys so lame and old?" LOL.
Whoa. I thought we just got asked why we so rad.
LOL. JK. You guys are the coolest. Thanks, Ellie. We get a lot of love from our
peeps.
Yeah. Nick said, "What was the answer to his question?" He had to step away for a minute.
I said 7.
Yeah, 7. What? Oh, woodchuck. Yeah,
How much
I said
chuck?
Until the woodchuck dies. I think it'll chuck forever. It's like its only narrative. Let's see. Why can't we claim our pets as dependents on tax forms, or can we? And I don't know. Casey Escobar, a friend from college. Yeah, you know what? With everything that happened in 2017, I would not be surprised by the end of 2018 if you can claim your pet as a dependent.
I'm going to ask my CPA.
I got to call my accountant on that one. Does anybody know? Can you claim a pet as a dependent?
What's a dependent?
Yeah. Whoa.
Better question.
Somebody give us the answers and get back to Casey on that. She wants to know if we can find that for her.
All right, Jack Verhill. Would you rather smell really good and look ugly, or smell disgusting and look amazing?
Oh, look amazing and smell disgusting.
I think I'd go the other way.
No. I'd rather smell awful because you can try and cover it up.
But people don't like people for how they look. I could be the ugliest person in the world and have the best personality and smell so good and people would love me.
Yeah, bullshit. I think I'd rather stink. You do stink. Go.
And you're not good looking.
Genevieve asks, what inspires us every day?
Lexus said guys who smell good with this one. Greater than or
sign?
less than. Saying
Yeah.
that guys that smell good's a good trait.
I would never would have guessed that. I need to start showering.
But wait, so let's go back to Jack's question real quick. I'll just put cologne on. And I'll mask
That's what
it.
I said. But dude, if you just naturally stink,
Reek.
you're talking your feet stink, you have BO, your breath stinks. I think it's everything.
No, just put a lot of cologne on. All right, Genevieve, do you have a question?
Yeah. What inspires us?
All the
every
way
day?
across the world.
from Italy.
From
Buongiorno.
Europe.
Is that Borat?
I'm not even gonna try. What was the question?
Oh my God! What inspires us every day?
Just the ability to do what we do is enough to keep it going. Really,
I agree.
like having us having the ability to be able to pursue our passion, to live the life of our dreams, is like
Yeah.
all the motivation I need.
I agree.
You know,
Yep.
America,
America.
freedom, land of opportunity.
That's right, baby. I love it.
You don't get that in Italy,
Hell no, you don't.
but we're
those-
Italians, so we love it. We
Yeah,
love
that's
Italy.
right. Those are my questions.
I have to go get those.
I think I remember a couple. Oh yeah. How Genevieve also asked, how much money do we make each year before taxes? We get asked this all the time.
Can we say that?
No, I don't think we can.
Because I think
it could
a lot of the
we're-
money
yeah,
is
it's
under the table.
Yeah, it's all like these illegal deals. Last year I think we pulled in $100K in under the table
Yen.
dealings in yen. No, she was joking because that was from a Will Ferrell question in like an interview. He's like, "How much money do you make before taxes?" It's a good question.
Not enough.
Yeah, not enough. Yeah, buy some shirts.
I don't know. We're in our parents' basement.
Yeah, you tell us.
Do you still have more questions?
Speaking of, hey, whoa. Yeah, speaking of which, we're kind of doing some property and house hunting down in Detroit, Royal Oak, Ferndale area. If you know anybody who's renting down there, get a hold of us.
Mm-hmm.
How do we live out our motto, choose happy? Genevieve again.
How do we live it out?
Yeah.
I would say just by pursuing our passion, being good people, and putting good out in the world and trying to help people.
Yeah, having genuine good intent, I think.
Choose happy. Like, what it means to me is doing what makes you happy in life and helping other people. So really, like, by running our business and just living the lifestyle that we live currently, lets us live, choose happy.
Yeah, I think a good segue is also, how do you judge your success? Revenue is a great thing to look at when it comes to judging success, but I think it also comes from self-fulfillment and personal happiness. And are we having a good impact on others and ourselves? Are we mentally healthy? Are other people giving us good responses? And are we putting out good vibes into the world, I think is...
Yeah, I'd have to say, like, judging success by, am I happy with my life and what I'm doing?
Yeah.
And if the answer is no, whether I'm making $1 million or $100 a year,
Yeah.
It's not about being financially rich. It's having, the financial freedom, of course, to live the life I want to live. But if I'm truly happy with what I'm doing, that would be successful to me. Oh, this is a good question. Favorite pay it forward moment with Skroove? I might have to go with our friend, brand ambassador, Jackie Lucido, went to Africa a couple summers ago. And she said that when they go, that they like take a luggage, like a suitcase for them to have clothes, and then another check-in bag just full of like toothbrushes, hygiene, and stuff to give away to kids. So we gave her a bunch of shirts to
I think
give
like
to
50 shirts.
Yeah, to give to kids in Africa, which was awesome.
Yep.
And she got some pictures and a little bit of video from doing that.
I like that one. That one felt good. But when we walked around Grand Rapids and gave out beanies, a bunch of beanies to the homeless, that felt good because it was, you could really see, you were there in person for the effect, and it was bitter, cold, and to give those to those people was really nice. So
That was cool.
it was a good feel-good moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Good question, Lexi.
I'm out of questions.
We did that the day that we shot the winter line in Grand Rapids.
Yeah,
and you got really cold. It was like freezing
your
out.
Feet got really cold, and but you didn't complain, and you took it like a champ and kept shooting. Respect.
That was a great day.
What was the riddle question again?
The riddle, Joey. Are you still around, Joey? Let me know. The man who builds it doesn't want it. The man who bought it doesn't need it. The man who needs it doesn't know it.
Insurance?
Should we answer it this episode or have people tune in next week with the answer if we don't get it?
The man who needs it doesn't know it.
The man who builds it doesn't want it. The man who bought it doesn't need it. The man who needs it doesn't know it. I'm not that good at riddles.
I don't know, but it's bothering me.
What do you want to do? You want him to give us the answer?
No, I want to think about it longer. We'll announce it next week. Joey, that's a great riddle. I want to figure it out on my own.
You're gonna have to.
You can text. You can DM Skroove. I won't check the DMs. DM Skroove the answer, and Kenny can look, but I don't want to know yet.
DM the Instagram account with the answer.
And we'll tell you if I don't figure it out. We'll tell you if I figure it out. We'll tell you.
I hope you're good at riddles because this is probably gonna become a regular thing, and we plan on doing a lot more podcasts.
Yeah, like we'll ask it at the beginning.
We should do it with our guests too.
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. All right. Well, it looks like Nick Hajari just joined on Facebook.
Nick.
Shout out to Nick. Hell of a guy.
Thanks
Nick
for
said happiness. Nick Vance May said happiness. That's what I said too, Nick, but I don't think it's right. Jackie said Africa.
Joey, did we get it? Is the answer happiness? Just give us a yes or a no.
We went with happiness and insurance were only two guesses, but yeah.
Yeah, happiness or insurance. Is that right? If it is, let us know. If not, just say no.
You guys had some awesome questions. This might have been one of our better nights for deeper questions.
This Jake kid, answer not said yet, he said. This Jake kid, I need this kid to submit questions every week.
Yeah,
he
that
has
guy's an assassin.
hilarious off-the-wall
Thompson.
questions.
Did you find Lola Bunny or Bugs Bunny? That was
that was a
great
Coach Thompson.
question. I think that's. I feel like that's from Naked Gun or something.
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
All right. Is there any questions on Facebook or what?
No. Jackie said Africa. Yeah, you guys are the best. Best.
Thank you, Jackie.
I think that's it.
Lexi said he'll tell him. Yeah, let Jake know we loved his questions.
Yeah, that guy's awesome. We might have to have him on the show.
All right, Facebook. If we have no more questions, we're going to get off here.
I think we're signing off.
Jeff Long, here we go. Why do experts rate Tesla Motors so highly if they won't be able to pay off their expenses for an estimated 300 years? Think. That's what he said. Tyler Rainey just joined too. What's up, Rainey? Why do experts rate Tesla Motors so highly if they won't be able to pay off their expenses for an estimated 300 years? Think.
I mean, think about it. Let's say tomorrow all oil imports were cut off to the U.S. There's only like 3 cars that can drive without gasoline. So it's just such a safe bet. I think we just went off Instagram Live. Look at my phone.
Whoa. Yeah.
Did we lose it?
I think we did too.
That's hilarious. Think. And they're get that back on. They're also betting on the jockey, not the horse. I think they're betting on Elon Musk. You're talking about the guy who made PayPal, Tesla, Solar City, SpaceX. So I think they're betting on the jockey a lot.
Sorry, Instagram. Instagram. I don't know why that went away, but we're back. Jeff Long, Jeff just got back in. So
yeah, Jeff, I think they're betting on the jockey, not the horse. They're betting on Elon Musk, well, and the product, but yeah, it's so sustainable. Like eventually, there's going to be a super huge need and demand for it. But I don't know. I'd like to hear your answer,
Jeff. Jeff, what do you think the answer is to that?
Jeff, did you win any money on the Super Bowl?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Jeff, let us know. Did you bet for the Eagles or against them? You bet against the Patriots all year, so you might have won some money. Yeah, sorry, Instagram. I don't know why it kicked us out. That was weird. But we're back. Is there any questions on Facebook?
Nope.
All right, Instagram, Facebook. We'll give you a couple more minutes. If there's no more...
I'll give you 2 more minutes to ask questions. If they keep coming, we'll keep answering them. I got that riddle.
Yeah.
Man.
He said we didn't say it yet, so I don't know. Is that bugging you?
Yeah, it's bothering me.
Tyler Rainey is in here. I don't know about that riddle. It's a good one. I have definitely not heard that before. All right. Anything on Facebook?
No, I think we're going to call it.
All right. Dope. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it.
Thank you for all the questions, guys.
Yeah, thank you for participating. Oh. Lexi, when you moved into Royal Oak, can we paint Skroove on the walls again?
Of course.
Absolutely.
Don't tell our landlord.
Yeah, don't tell on us. We did that with Lexi's room when she was painting her room. And
Nick Vance May said the
Grand
material
Rapids.
is wood. I wonder if that's for the riddle. The man who beat... I don't know. Let us know if it's wood, Joey.
Is it wood, Joey? I don't think so, because it said the man that needs it doesn't know it.
I don't know. We'll think about it. I'm going to think about it. Kenny's going to look up the answer, or Joey's going to give it to him, and we'll let you know next week. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Instagram Live, Facebook Live. The full episode of the podcast is available on iTunes and on YouTube.
Which we talked about.
Buying the van, converting that into living, traveling Michigan, things like that. It's a good episode, so be sure to listen to the full thing of episode 11 of What's Your Skroove, and we'll see you guys next week.
That will be live Thursday.
Yeah, probably Thursday.
Episode 11, talk about Fran II, the man van. So yeah, if you're interested in hearing that and hear your answers, and yeah.
See you next time.
Yeah, thanks guys. Thank you very much.
Peace.
Peace out. So Tyler, wait, keep that going because we have to do a couple more things before we log off of the Instagram and Facebook Live. Save that video too. See you, Joey. DM the Skroove account that answer now, please. All right, audio, podcast, video. We're still here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. We have a couple more things to wrap up before we sign off here. Song of the week. Tyler, what's your song of the week? Do you have a song of the week? If you need to think, I got one.
Song of the week is Gentle on My Mind, the Dean Martin cover. I've been in love with that song lately, and I just bought the record of it today, the album, $3.18 at a record store. So, yeah, Gentle on My Mind.
Can't beat that.
It's a feel-good song.
Youngblood. Youngblood. I Love You, Will You Marry Me? I love that song. I think he's from Australia. He's either from Australia or Great Britain, and the dude kills it. He's got a lot of good music. Young up-and-coming artist. Has some great songs. Tin Pan Boy, King Charles. Check him out. Like we said, the sweatshirt on the dummy.
Yeah.
Take a picture, take a screenshot.
Yeah.
On your phone of either the What's Your Skroove podcast app, you listening to any episode, and put it in an Instagram story.
Yep.
Or your profile picture and tag us. Give us a shout out.
Or just post it.
Yep.
Just post it.
Post it.
Yep.
On Instagram. And we'll pick a winner for this 2XL misprint beer mitten hoodie.
One of one.
One of one. Only one that'll ever exist like this. We'll pick a winner for that. Submit us questions if you have them.
Yep.
Email, comment, DM for next week.
Yep.
And we will see you guys.
See you next week.
See you next week. Yeah, thank
Peace.
you. Peace out.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. All episodes of What's Your Skroove are available on iTunes. And if you like the show, be sure to rate, subscribe, and leave a comment. As always, there are free stickers on our website, www.skroovco.com. We'll see you guys next time.